All right, two beautiful synthesizers here, analog polysynthesizers, Prophet-6 and Rev2. We have someone, Mark, his name, who asked, what is the difference between Prophet-6 and Rev2? I'm going to speed through this and just try to give you the highlights, but they're very deep machines. The Prophet-6, designed as a reimagining of the Prophet-5, is completely analog. It's voltage-controlled oscillators, filters, and amplifiers. And furthermore, it is made in a more handmade vintage way. Each channel, each voice, is made completely of discrete components. Okay, so that's a very, very completely analog, completely vintage way to build the synth. Everything in here is analog, including the distortion, except for the dual effects, which are digital. So you can also do a true bypass by not using the effects, and you have a 100% analog machine. That makes it very, very distinctive as a piece. It's got a 4-octave FITAR keyboard, semi-weighted, with velocity and aftertouch, and a nice polymod section. You can tell by the panel there's no display, and there's lots and lots of knobs that allow you to change the sound instantly. You have the ability to go to live panel mode, so you can ignore your presets and just go live, and you can DJ a set that way. Or you can use these buttons here to be able to quickly get you to anywhere in the 500 programs you receive with the machine instantly. You can go from program 23 to 350 in no time, and as a live player, that's a really advantage. That Prophet-5 had the same thing. So just going to dance down to the Prophet Rev2, which in its own way is kind of a remake of the Prophet-8, which was really popular for 10 years. Lots of programs resulted. You can find on the web good patches. To improve it and enhance it, Dave Smith decided to increase the polyphony, to give you 16 voice maximum polyphony, which is a lot of voices in a polysynth. And you can get an 8-voice version or 16, and then you could upgrade it if you want to the 16. The 16 is really useful because once you start stacking or splitting the 2 layers you get with each program, you're going to cut your polyphony down anyway. So if you have the 16, and once you do that, amazingly big sound, but then you have 8 voices. Now, instead of the discrete components and the VCOs of the Prophet-6, the Rev2 uses DCOs and is more of a synth on a chip. All those channels, all that polyphony, are on an integrated circuit chip. Filter-wise, a really important distinction here, the Prophet-6 has both a beautiful low-pass resonant filter, controls right here, and a 2-pole high-pass, both voltage-controlled. And the idea of being able to play with those both and program them in real time, very, very powerful. Down here, the Rev2 has Curtis-style low-pass resonant filter that can be switched to 2-pass mode. So 4-pole mode, you can change to 2-pole mode. But if you want that high pass, you have to go to the effects, which have a high-pass filter in there. So this does have a display. It does have an OLED display. It has more modulation routings. And this is a 5-octave keyboard instead of the 4, but it's the same FITAR feel, beautiful feel on both of those keyboards. So both are fantastic. They're both analog polysynths with digital effects. So in some ways, they're the same in many ways. Both come with 500 programs, but they're very different in their conception and design. So anyway, that's the answer, Mark.